I'll look through Jade's phone.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it to get over here.
Yeah, I broke a trachea,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find it.
Oh, I'm gonna go and get over there.
Okay, here. Okay. Yep, this is the thyroid right here. It's up higher, so it's fortunately it's still there.
Sorry.
Okay, there's a thyroid right there. A darker, pinker structure.
Okay.
This is the that's the thymus right there that I'm pushing away. This, and you can kind of see this cavity the heart is in, called the mediastinum. Kind of in between, its own little separate cavity. And then within that, it's enclosed in the pericardium, which is this thin membrane. That's around there that I'm picking up right now. And it's actually continuous with this internal membrane that lines this cavity. It kind of folds around and wraps around the heart. It's actually kind of a double layer. And there's fluid in between those two layers, so the heart is not rubbing against the rest of that as it beats. So it's kind of seeing its own little fluid-filled sac. Okay, underneath here, this big blue structure, underneath the heart, coming in, down here, is the inferior vena cava, bringing blood back from the bottom part of the body. Okay, blue is veins, red is arteries on this injection. And then up here, this is the superior vena cava coming in up here, brings from the top of the body. These would be like jugular veins and stuff running down here that I'll empty into that.
Can we see we can't see the vagus nerve from what we're doing.
If you were really careful, you might be able to. That might actually be it there, I think. That's like a nerve. That's probably it there, I think.
Okay.
That's what looks. That's what nerves usually look. Yeah, nerves are usually kind of these pale white stringy things, slightly tough. Okay. Okay, here's this is the right auricle, which is part of the atrium over here. These are kind of like accessory parts of the atria on the outside that just gives us some space to expand with the blood, not really contractile. It's where the incoming blood vessels empty in. Okay, now we're okay, this right here is the pulmonary trunk coming out of the right ventricle. It's this big whitish structure, obviously a vessel. Oh, this one looks good. This one's the vessel.
Let me zoom in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Right here is a pulmonary trunk. So you see it's coming from the right ventricle over here. And coming out behind it is the aorta, which is right here, kind of looping over it. You take a look at this. Take some of this tissue out of the way.
That little thing?
Well, it's actually,
Oh, there.
it
right
loops
there.
over it, and these are the branches coming off the aorta, off the aortic arch. These branches right here, do you see? Right as it loops over, it gets these branches coming off. And then the aorta will actually runs down. The main part be the descending aorta, which I think is right here. So,
As he's lecturing, just, I've learned to just highlight it or line it, yeah. That's what I did.
and right here where the pulmonary trunk aorta cross is where that duct is. Kind of right at the top of the loop the aorta makes. Let me see if I can get all this out isolated. See.
Starting to smell like pig.
Sometimes he'll say, there'll be a question and he'll say, where did they get that from? They will, word for word, those 14 will be on. So we just put 14. Yeah, 14.
But they won't be in that order.
They'll be scattered through.
Yeah. They will be